Welcome everyone. And this time for real we will get the stream that we all waited for. The final announcements of the next 9.1 huge rebalancing. And I can only tell you, there is really some exciting stuff coming to us. I will get into detail in just a second. There's really so much stuff coming. And we said we won't be able to just test the whole thing immediately. So let's just talk about what the stream has to offer in general. First of all, so we're starting here with just talking about the statistics a little bit. I will be able to show you all of the stats of the upcoming changes. And I can tell you already, nothing is going to stay as it is. Some tanks will have some major buffs or nerfs and others will just remain basically the same. But I think this is really some great stuff that is coming to us over there. And it's probably the best or the biggest update since the heavy hit point buff that we've had some time ago. I don't know how much time it's actually been, quite a while ago already. And besides that, I will be able to test these tanks on the test server then, but the open test is not starting just yet. The open test will be open in about an hour, just under an hour, and then I will test all of these changes over there. But only here you can now get all the information beforehand. I will know what to play then when we get into the open test. Unlike with all the regular players, if you have also applied to the open test server, feel free to join in then on the testing. If you are registered to the testing, you can't register anymore, but would be happy to see you in battle then to just test the new tanks. So one more thing, I put up giveaway on a title up there. And yeah, I was not just clickbaiting you, there will be a giveaway. I have 15 legendary camos for tier 10 vehicles to give away. And those tanks will be... I'm not opening the giveaway just yet. Let's wait a little bit, right? I do have 3 camos per tank for 5 different tanks. The first one will be the AMX 50B, then the FV4005 E50M, T100 LT and the T95 E6. All of them have some pretty dope legendary camos. And therefore I will do 5 little giveaways for you to get a chance to get one of those camos. I think some of them have not even been on regular sale yet, only in the special offers, and have been pretty expensive, like 5k gold something. Yeah. And some of these tanks will be very nice in the next updates. Some of the others may not be that great anymore. Small hint already. Let's not just talk about our lad anymore, because you want to see what is coming, right? And welcome to everyone who just joined in. I'm glad that you're all here. Enjoy your time here, and also make sure to follow me on Twitch, as you can see on the chat. Where is it? Over there somewhere, I think. Yeah, I'm just streaming regularly on Twitch, while YouTube is only for videos, and more guides, tank reviews and replay analysis, etc. is coming up on this channel, while Twitch is for my regular relaxed random sessions of a of a good level I hope to deliver always. Okay. That is that's enough talking. Let's show you what we are going to get there. Are we starting the first giveaway maybe already? Okay, first giveaway, let's start it right now. AMX 50B camo. Start. Just put your in-game name into the chat, and I will then end it in a few minutes. And there will be how many camos? 3, right? 3 camos per tank. Okay, let's join over to the information that you're all waiting for. 1 second. Which one are we going for? This scene it is. Am I covering too much of the screen? I can just pull over this a little bit. Okay, that should do it, right? Okay, we do have some great changes already for the British vehicles. And we are starting with the FV215B here. FV has maybe increased the size still, because it's rather small right now. And you probably don't see anything if you are watching from a phone. Can I even somehow move it? Can I just move my screen? How can I just swipe over here? Does it have to be that difficult? Oh, I can zoom like this. Okay. 1 second mouse wheel. Okay, FV215B. There it is. It will have an armor thickness decreased. I don't know what to think of that because it simply does not have any armor at the moment. The FV215B is clearly none of my favorite tanks at the moment, and I really hate this huge hull without any armor. Yeah, armor decrease. I was not happy to see that first change there. But okay, it will still have some other rebalancing there, and that will be more hit points. Again, the 150 hit points that it lost a couple of updates ago will be added again. And also it will get more DPM again. 1 second better reload time, or 1 second less reload time. It is actually, this is quite massive and will get the FV215B back to similar characteristics as it has had in the past already. Also, really huge change here is that it will have the, wait, where's my screen brush? There it is. It will get 50 millimeters of HE penetration on top of what it already has, and has 120 right now. So with a 50 millimeter extra, you might be able to penetrate a lot more sides and even sometimes the front of a medium tank. Talking about lower plates especially, and also for heavy tanks, you can HE lower plates, then you can HE the side of a Jag E100 definitely. Slightly less view range, but this does not matter at all. Okay, next one, FV4005 down here. And you've heard it already, a 4th shell will be added to the clip. And also the reload time will be decreased by 0.5 seconds. Can we please stick to one color here? What a thing. Okay, 0.5 seconds less intra clip. That is also quite massive. 3 km/h, kilometers per hour less reverse speed doesn't matter too much. Damage of the standard shell will be decreased by 50 hit points. That means you still have 410 alpha damage. It is unprecedented to see 410 in this game actually. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's 460 right now. Yeah, it is. So we're getting a completely new number for that one. And 0.5 less, it currently has 3 seconds if I'm not mistaken there. And it does have the intra clip boost special equipment thingy. I have not done the math before the stream, unfortunately. But you know, it will decrease even more. Does somebody have? Can somebody help out there? It does currently have 3 seconds, minus 0.5. And then you get the intra clip thingy, which is 15 seconds faster. 15% faster? I don't know. Maybe someone can do the math and put it on the chat there. Reload time will be increased, of course, a little bit as it gets a 4th shell, but the DPM overall will still increase quite a lot. As you can see, only 4 seconds longer for an extra shot. Although I'm not entirely sure like how much DPM difference that actually is with the 2 seconds. 1.5 seconds shorter intra clip then, but there is another shot then, so another 2.5 on top, so it is having 5 seconds longer reload for a 4th shot, but having 460 times 3 is 1380, and it will have 50 damage less per shot. My math skills are getting tested here, so we end up at 1210. 1110 plus 410. So we end up at 1620 clip damage. Okay, I hope I did not do the math incorrectly there. Would be quite awkward. So that is actually, yeah, that's quite a lot. You can clip some tier 9 tanks completely out of life. Next tank, let's not waste too much time here because we want to move on a little bit. FV215, not 215B, FV217 Badger will have a significantly higher traverse speed. Also, the reload time will be decreased by 1 second, and absolutely deserves this because as the Badger is currently, it is just completely useless if you are not hull down in front of the enemies, and most enemies are just simply going to ignore you. Armor thickness on the sides will be increased by 25 millimeters. It already has strong sides. It will be also quite nice. Slightly less dispersion, which is not too relevant. Vickers light tank, the next one. View range will be decreased by 20 meters, meaning that it will have the average view range of all the mediums light tanks. That's pretty much the same then, as they have like 280 meters and the Vickers has about 300 if I'm not mistaken there. So the Vickers won't be the top spotting light tank anymore. I will still do a video where I will really compare mediums and light tanks, because it's quite hard to tell with the nations right now to really compare the statistics of the tank classes. But the Vickers light here, let's point that one out already. It will be changed quite a lot. Also, crossing capacity coefficients will be increased. What that means is the terrain resistance will be increased, meaning you will just not accelerate as fast and not turn your tank as fast as right now. And you can notice this difference on the Type 71 if you have it, and if you are going for the equipment that offers less terrain resistance, yeah, that is what you get there. That is just a little bit decreased there for the Vickers light, and also the case for the Badger and other mediums as well. I noticed will have worse terrain resistance, so that you are effectively a little bit slower and might get chased down by some heavies a little bit easier. Dispersion will be decreased by quite a lot actually, 0.03 basically, and APCR shell will be replaced with an AP shell. That is something that we can see for quite a lot of tanks actually on this patch here, on these patch notes. I think actually all the mediums, if I didn't miss out on anyone, all the mediums and light tanks will have an AP shell instead of the APCR shell. What this means effectively is that your penetration values will increase because of some special mechanic called shell normalization. And it means you can see it on the T100 LT, which does seem to have higher penetration than other mediums / lights, although actually it does have the same values, just because the mechanics work differently for AP shells than APCR. But on the other hand, you will AP shells generally fly slower, but I think they would have added if the shell velocity would have been changed there. And also AP shells don't lose as much penetration over distance as APCR. So you can expect to have more penetration on all of the mediums and light tanks if they are getting the AP shells, just as the Vickers. And also the penetration values of the standard shell will be increased by 10 millimeters, which also adds on top of that, so you will actually have to spam a lot less heat on this tank. Armor thickness of the gun mantlet will be decreased by 27 millimeters. That is really quite a lot, which means that the Vickers will be basically really a light tank. Probably, I will have to see it, maybe even having a weaker gun mantlet than the Leo. That could be the case. Okay, let's move on to the next one, FV215B183. It will have a worse concealment factor, actually reverse camo on the FV, although it is already quite horrible. Reverse speed though will be slightly increased, nothing mentionable. And apart from that, we will have a little bit less penetration here. 10 millimeters less is not too much really, so nothing to worry about. But we are getting some better dispersion. Also better dispersion on the turret traverse. And I think that is a good thing actually, although I know some people might be not happy about it. FV4005 183 is quite annoying, as we all know, and it might just smack you out of life, and you might think, ah, those people don't deserve it, they were camping all the time, now they delete half of my hit points. But yeah, it's how it is, and the FV, statistically speaking, it is one of the worst tanks that we have in the game at the moment. So, okay, let me quickly open the chat here. I want to see what is going on there. I want to see some of your reactions. I messed up a little bit. Can I have it? Where's my... What the heck? Ah, I moved it to the side so far that I cannot see it anymore. Okay. Okay, remove 183. Alright, next tank is the S-Conk. The S-Conk will have a little bit more hit points, 150 more hit points, and that means the S-Conk will be capable of going a little bit more aggressive, but it's just a minor difference, to be honest. The 150 hit points is half a shot of a Russian medium, and yeah, about a third of the damage that any heavy tank would inflict upon you. But that might still have an impact every now and then, although mostly it's not about that. Armor thickness in the hull sides will also be increased by 25mm, and you know this tank can already side scrape quite well, so it will be even better at that, and the S-Conk will be quite nasty. It is strong right now as it is. I don't like it personally because it's simply quite slow, yet it will just be even stronger. And also turret traverse speed will be changed, but that will be decreased here. 10 degrees less. That's quite a lot. Currently the turret is quite fast, and this means the Super Conqueror will be more of a super heavy, although just still being a hull down tank, but it can also side scrape then. Yeah, we'll have more hull down, we'll have more super heavy characteristics. But now let's get to the main change actually. That is the biggest change of them all, I would say. And that is the FV4002. I will spam this tank so much after this update, because first of all, same change as on all the mediums. AP shell, meaning more penetration. Dispersion will be increased sadly, but let's not show you. And there we go. Front hull armor will be increased by 73mm. And the front turret armor will be increased by 49 and 20mm, depending on where you aim at. Just imagine this. Right now, you need a good aiming, or you need heat to penetrate the FV42 reliably. And you will only spam heat at the turret of this tank in the future, while it can just put out hash shots or good AP shots in return. The FV42, it is quite fast already. It does have this awesome hash. It does not have premium penetration or premium heat, whatever, shell that has high penetration, but it does have the hash. So this tank, it will be a lot of fun, especially to the better players, but also the more average players will just have lots of fun with this tank on the next update. That is, to me, the biggest change of all of these that I'm going to call out today. FV42 will dominate the meta. There is no doubt about it. And yeah, that's to me that's a good thing, because I love this tank. I love the challenge of it, and of course it will get nerfed quite soon. I think this is going to be OP. This is going to be too much for this tank or for the meta. Next one. Ah, now I see. If I scroll my mouse wheel, I can actually change the color here. Ah, interesting. Okay, okay. Progetto will have a bit more engine power, and also the AP shells. It's less dispersion, but that's, yeah, not mentionable. Almost nothing there. Kranwagen, turret traverse speed will be increased a little bit faster on the turret traverse there, not too much. And the armor thickness in the hull, hull's upper and lower glacis plate will be decreased by 10 mm. Not too much, might still have an impact. Reload times will be changed. The first one, at the moment, the first shell is the one that is reloading the quickest. Yes, it is the quickest, because a lot of people have done the mistake in the past of thinking the auto reloader mechanic would work in a way that it is just that the last shot would reload the fastest, which might be the case statistically, but the last shot and the second shot, they don't reload right after your shot, but only after the intra-clip reload is reloaded, and then comes the reload. This will change. The last one might actually be the fastest, yeah. Okay, next one will be the TVP. And the TVP will also have worse crossing capacity coefficients, meaning worse terrain resistance, will accelerate and turn a little bit slower. Well, yeah, I can't get too much from these numbers, to be honest. By 45, it is not percent. Yeah. I cannot really tell you how much it actually is going to impact the tank, as I don't know the base value there right now. Vehicle durability will be decreased by 50 hit points. That's also something that we're seeing for quite a lot of mediums and light tanks on the next update. They will get 50 hit points less, which was quite interesting to see, but this will just put more emphasis on their rather passive playstyle. The difference to the heavies will increase there again. I hope we're not getting straight away to the very heavy meta again that we had before the heavy hit point, or after the heavy hit point buff, but I think that's not too bad there just yet. Okay, AP shell, of course, also reload time for the full magazine will be increased by 1 second. I'm not happy to see this, really. The TVP will suffer from the next update, especially as there are some other autoloaders challenging it, like the AMX 50B and the FV4005. So the TVP will be quite useless in comparison to them, especially if it gets to be a little bit slower. But 0.5 seconds... Wait. I was just telling you a little bit of bullshit there. Don't listen to me there. The intra shell will be decreased by 0.5 seconds. Meaning you have 4 shots, 3 times intra-clip. Therefore, you are having 1.5 seconds less intra-clip and 0.96 seconds higher clip magazine. Meaning that you just have 0.5 seconds less reload overall. Also, the dispersion will be decreased by 1. But still, I don't know if also the AMX and FV4005 will have quicker intra-clip TVP. Also, the Badger will have a quicker intra-clip reload. We will get to that later on. 60 TP will also get a change there. And the 60 TP Lewandowski Go will have less hit points, 100 hit points less, and it will have a worse hull traverse speed. Meaning this tank also with a less hit, well, not hit points, HP, engine power, horsepower. It will just not be as dominating as it is right now anymore. And actually, I totally forgot that I had to close the giveaway. Yeah, the giveaway is closed for the camos. I will get to the next giveaway quite soon. I hope I can still find the names now. Yeah, okay. Now I will have to take care of this after the stream. Maybe some mods can help me out there a little bit on the next giveaways. Okay, 60 TP will be slower, and yeah, just not having hit points anymore, be a bit slower. Will still be dangerous, but yeah, it's just not going to be as strong anymore as it is right now. Let's move on. Next one. Can I just get to the next slide here? No. Next one. Russia. Okay. Next one will be... Oh no, this is also zoom. Russian tanks. The Object 263 that has actually been buffed not too long ago is actually getting a little bit of a decrease in engine power again. And get a little bit more penetration, but a little bit less speed and mobility. Well, this tank just, to be honest, when this tank got buffed, before that, it just had too much engine power. It was just swirling around the map. That was crazy. I didn't like it. I think it was too mobile actually before that. So I can totally understand this little change there will not change too much about the entire tank, to be honest. Although 120 horsepower is quite a lot though. Might be like an 8th or 7th of the entire engine power. Not entirely sure. I don't have the comparison side to side here right now. T22 then will have also, just as the other mediums and light tanks, or many of those, especially the light tanks, get worse terrain resistance, meaning it will accelerate and turn a little bit slower. AP shells, meaning a little bit more penetration. Hull traverse speed will be decreased by 5 degrees. That's not horrible. It's not great either. Yeah, it will have a little bit of an impact there. Currently, you can just turn your tank quite quickly to get into reverse side scrape. It will be a little bit harder, but not too much. It's not really the tank that's dominating the meta anyway, so I don't really worry about this too much here. And yeah, Tennessee writing RIP APCR. Absolutely, all the mediums are losing their APCR shells to AP shells, which means more penetration, more effective penetration due to shell normalization. As you can already see on the T100 LT, it does have the same penetration values as other mediums, yet it does have more penetration effectively. Next one is the Object 260 here. And I'm glad to see the changes to the Object 260 actually, as it will have a little bit more speed, but 70 horsepower more, meaning a little bit better acceleration. And just put into relation there, compared to the mediums losing acceleration values, the 260 will actually be a lot more dangerous. Also, it will have 100 hit points less actually. Okay, less, not more. Okay. 100 hit points less. And even more accuracy. It already has the most accurate gun, probably, of the heavy tanks. Don't let me lie, but the gun is already super accurate. And I really love this gun on this tank. But yeah, it will be faster and more vulnerable, but even more accurate, and it will be more fun to the more experienced players. To the average person, average player, probably it's not the best buff here, but this upcoming change in general is not really meaning that the tanks get better or worse. Mostly, for most of them, apart from the FV42 probably, which is just getting better in every regard, mostly these tanks are getting rebalanced in a way that their respective playstyle will just be emphasized, and you will just be able to differentiate a little bit more between those tanks, whether it's a medium or a heavy tank. And the 260, for example, being a very fast tank that just cannot play the typical heavy role of holding up the enemies, you will have to work more for the medium sides, and same goes for the other tanks and other changes that we are still getting to. T62 will be slightly faster. It will also have better acceleration. It will have more dispersion, AP shell as well, more penetration therefore, and more dispersion, aiming time will be increased. Currently it has the most accurate gun in the game. If the Leo does not also change, the Leo will then take the crown and have the most accurate gun after this patch. Object 140 though, it will first of all receive PPR model, the HD model, and those PPR models have mostly come over from the World of Tanks PC version, where the armor model is slightly different. It does not always only look different, but as we could see with the IS-7 for example, it might have pretty big changes and pretty big impact on the actual armor model, and therefore the Object 140 also has a similar case there. It will have better armor in the front of the turret, and it will have a slightly angled inwards on the side, so it will be a little bit bouncier than it is right now, and it will be a little bit better armored actually. It will not be better armored, it will be bouncier, although the effect of the thickness of the hull will be decreased. So it will have a slightly different armor model than right now, but it's still not going to be a very armored tank. Concealment factor will be increased, view range will be increased, meaning it will have higher view range than most other mediums. It will have a significantly higher engine power, it will have a higher maximum speed, and a little bit less hit points. It will have more of a light tank characteristics, as we can, what can we compare there? Probably the type light tank at tier 7. That's what comes to my mind there. But okay, next one. Next one will be the IS-7, currently dominating the meta and really being very annoying with the armor that it has, but it will be nerfed for that reason. It will first of all get even worse dispersion, so we'll have to get even closer to the enemies, otherwise you're just going to miss and bounce all of your shots. The vehicle durability, meaning the hit points, will be decreased a little bit, just a tiny little bit. 50 hit points is not too much if you have 2750, I believe, with the increased hit point equipment. Hull traverse will also be increased, meaning the mobility is getting a little bit worse. Maximum speed also decreasing, and the overall rate increasing, which means again, like, you will accelerate slower and you will just not be as fast as before, but you will be a little bit better at ramming enemies once you get to the speed, right? IS-4 will also have less hit points, 50 hit points less. Just some tiny changes. I really like that Wargaming put in the thoughts there, and it's not going like, yeah, we just give this tank 150 hit points more and the other tank 150 hit points less. No, this time they made a ton of changes, and many of those were really subtle. Just some little changes here and there. Engine power will be decreased, dispersion will be increased, armor thickness will be increased, and yeah, actually the armor getting even better. That's surprising. Wait. Decrease 50 HP, engine power, not the hit points. It will have more hit points again, 150 hit points more. So the IS-4 might be seen a little bit more often again then. And I think I have to hurry up a little bit more. I'm getting quite a lot into detail here. Reload time will be increased by 1 second on the Object 268. That's also a really big change here on this tank. So stay tuned for the Object 268. It will have a, first of all, it will have a worse traverse speed. It will have a worse reload time, but increased damage per shot. 30 hit points, that gets it closer to the 268 V4. But actually, as I'm just thinking about it, with the hull traverse plus 8 degrees, that's quite a lot. Worse dispersion, worse aim time. I don't know. Might not be too strong anymore. The next big change here, Object 907. It will have a lot less dispersion, will be more accurate, therefore. It will get 100 hit points less. It will also have more penetration, AP shells, and reticle calibration. Well, let's not just cover the whole thing. Reticle calibration will be added, and improved gunpowder, meaning the shells will fly faster. I will not make any use of that on the Object 907. I don't know, reticle calibration. What is this? That's a D. It might be nice, but what are you going to use that for? For some shots at a distance? Yeah, I will probably try it. Yeah, but it's interesting to see it on a medium. We've not had that before. It will be very interesting, and time to figure out if that actually is a good or bad thing. I don't know yet. T100 LT then, currently dominating the meta as hell, is getting 50 hit points less, meaning it will have the hit points of an actual light tank, not that of a medium tank anymore. It will also have worse resistance, worse ground resistance, terrain resistance, turn and accelerate slower, and it will have 14mm less thickness on the hull in the front, and currently it is only a lot of armor because it is very angled. That means with the 14mm it will really have a big impact there, and possibly keeping in mind the overmatching. If some big caliber guns shoot this tank, they might not bounce at all anymore. Reload time will also be increased by 0.8 seconds. Understandable. Totally understandable for a light tank. Currently it has way too much DPM matched. Okay, next one. We still have 20 minutes until I can test actually. So yeah, I'm taking too much. I need too much time here. I will actually do the giveaways while testing the tanks then. Dispersion of the AMX 50B will be increased a little bit. Aiming time will be increased 0.4 seconds. Yeah, but that's not major. Major change there is definitely armor thickness on the frontal lower part of the turret will be decreased. Currently you bounce quite a lot of shots in the lower area of the turret, and it will have one more shell in the magazine. Damage of the shots will be decreased by 20 hit points, meaning you will have 380 damage per shot. Am I actually seeing this right? They are not changing the HE damage? Or maybe that's just incorrect. I would definitely have to check that on the open test then, if they just leave the HE damage of this tank and the FV4005 in place. This might be huge. Especially for the FV4005. A reload time will be increased by 6 seconds. So 6 seconds plus the intra clip of 3 seconds, meaning you will have 8.84 seconds more reload for one more shot of 380. I don't know if that's good to this tank. It will be even more dangerous once you get to the sides of an enemy. And it will be very rewarding to clip enemies into the side, but it will be harder to trade frontally with the enemies, and especially the average person will struggle more with the AMX, as it's also going to bounce a little bit less at least. Forge 155 getting a reload time buff. 1 second less on the reload of the clip. I think currently it has something like 13 seconds. 14 seconds, I don't know, plus the intra clip. So yeah, 1 second, it's not too much. The dispersion, yeah, it's really not too much. Yeah, that is getting changed. The AMX 30, I'm really happy to see a change on this tank as well, although it is disappointing a little bit in the regard that it's not big enough. It will have a little bit better DPM and a little bit more mobility, also AP shells, meaning more penetration. AMX M4 then will have another big change, as it's also getting the special equipment that we're having on the 60TP currently. It will have the tungsten shells, and also it will get sandbag armor, so that it has, what is it, 8% more hit points. Might be good to it, although it will decrease the overall tank characteristics if you're going for it. by 3% if you are going for the 3% crew mastery equipment or provision there. A little bit more dispersion, not too bad. A little bit less engine power, yeah, who cares? Bad shit though. We'll also have another bigger change here. Crossing capacity coefficient, tongue twister. Terrain resistance will be increased as on all the mediums and light tanks, on most of them. Not most of them, actually only on the light tanks. All the light tanks will have, apart from Sheridan, will have worse acceleration. And some of the mediums. View range will be increased, so the bad shit might actually soon outspot the Vickers and other light tanks there, as it also has the best camo, I believe. Also will get the AP shells, more penetration therefore. Will be less hit points, 100 hit points less. That's quite a big thing for this tiny little bad shit. And it will have the shell reload boost. I'm pretty excited for that. I don't know yet if I'm going to take that as a second equipment and then the speed booster as the third one, or if I'm just going to ditch the speed boost entirely just to go for the shell reload boost. But that means you can just, currently you have 2.8 seconds. I don't know, you will probably have something like 2.4 or something. And you can just have, therefore, more DPM also, as you have a faster shell reload. And it will also get Spore Liner. Therefore, also in addition to the worse terrain resistance and Spore Liner replacing a 3% crew mastery, for me at least, as I'm not going for the protective crew kit, it will just be a little bit slower and having less hit points, meaning I have to be a little bit more passive, which can be quite annoying as you cannot impact the game too much, but it has better DPM and faster interclip, better penetration. So you can just kill some enemies by flanking a little bit better there. Okay, I need to drink something. Now we come to the Germans. Let's zoom in on the Grille here. Grille will have. Grille is also very interesting rebalancing. I cannot really call whether it is a buff or a nerf. I think it's just a good rebalancing there. Grille will get a better mobility. Although the maximum speed will be decreased by 3 km/h, that's not too much, but the hull traverse will be increased. The penetration will be increased. And the damage per shell will change from 640 that it has right now to 600 damage. The reload does not change, so it means you have a little bit less DPM. But with the better traverse speed, you might still be more versatile. As currently, the Grille's main issue is actually getting circled, as the traverse speed is not that good and you can just shoot enemies a lot more often if you are applying it aggressively. But you risk going for worse trades. Also, it does currently have 930 HE damage. It will soon have only 870. JAG E100 will have more hit points, 150 hit points more, getting it closer into the heavy terrain there. And this is really nice to see, because I think the TDs really suffered from the heavy hit point buff, and most of them did not get any changes. And the JAG will be more of a aggressive TD again. It will sadly also have a little bit worse dispersion and worse aim time, worse view range, worse concealment, worse camo it means, and it will have in another time more dispersion. Armor thickness will be increased by 20 millimeters though, so tanks without calibrated shells might really struggle to penetrate this one once it's inside scrape. Although right now, already right now, I'm really struggling to penetrate a JAG as I'm also playing rammer, and sometimes I'm just having to go for the cupola if I'm playing a medium. E100 then will have a faster traverse speed. 5 degrees is not nothing, definitely not. dispersion will be increased, reload time will be increased by 1 second. Ooh, quite a big nerf there to the DPM. That's not too great. But it will also get 20 millimeters better turret armor. That's nice. So it will be possible to angle a bit better towards the enemies. The VK90, currently a really strong tank, will have a little bit decreased dispersion with 0.01. What is that nerf? Oh, what is that buff actually? It's a buff. Aiming time will be increased by 0.4 seconds. Yeah, the reticle calibration that it has already will just pay off a lot more then. That's fine. Hori will have better traverse speed, 5 degrees better traverse speed, and slightly less overall mobility. Okay, that's fine. Leo 1, let's get to the famous Leopard. Many people grind, although not really being at the level of it yet. It will also have reticle calibration, just as the Object 907 will get reticle calibration. The Leo will have the better gun than ever. I don't really think it needs reticle calibration, to be honest. It will also have the faster flying shells. I don't know if I'm going to make use of it. It already has super fast shells. I don't really think this has an impact there. Damage of the standard shell will be increased by 10. More DPM for the Leo. 10 damage per shot more. Currently it has 360 and therefore it will have 370 damage. It's interesting change here. It will also have 50 hit points less and a little bit more penetration as it gets the AP instead of APCR. E50M, then a lot of people have talked about the rumors on this one. Will also get the AP shell. It will have a little bit less reload time, but it is also getting 10 damage per shot less this time, not more. It will have 340 or 350 alpha damage then instead of the 360, and it will have a little bit better faster reload. I don't think this is changing the playstyle at all because it is a very good aggressive brawler and not the best farming tank anyways. DPM does not really change there, so I'm happy with this change. I don't know why people were just talking about it that much. That's really not the biggest change there. Why are they making everything less accurate? Only something. Some tanks are getting less accurate. The aggressive tanks are getting less accurate. The passive tanks are getting more accurate. So, yeah. I would not say everything is getting less hit points or better accuracy or worse. Nope, absolutely not. It's very, very subtle changes to everything there that just emphasize their playstyle. Okay, next one. E50 is a nice change, but nothing really mentionable. The 10 hit points, or 10 damage less will just not impact it too much. VK will get slightly more top speed, 2 kilometers per hour is really nothing mentionable. And it will have a little bit higher dispersion. Yeah, take it. Mouseland. Value of the standard shell. Penetration value will be increased by 4 millimeters. Armor thickness of the cheeks, the turret, will be increased by 10 millimeters. True traverse speed will be decreased by 1 degree. Concealment factor will be decreased. That's really nothing mentionable. It just seems like it would be quite a lot, but that's nothing. STB here is also getting a very nice buff here by having 1 degree more gun depression. Currently there's 10 degrees, which is the maximum that is available for tier 10. Only the STB, the M60, not the M48, only the M60 and the Chieftain and the E6 have 10 degrees. The STB will outpace them with a astonishing 11 degrees. That's 10% more gun depression now. That's going to be very interesting. Also, it will get the AP and it will have slightly worse dispersion, but you're just farming the enemies from above anyway, so it does not matter too much here. We have one slide left here that is Americans. Only Americans actually. Did we have the Chinese already? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we did have the Chinese already, right? On this one, yeah. Let's zoom out a little bit. Oh, did I think I missed the Chinese. I missed the Chinese ones. Yep, I totally forgot about them. Yep. Okay, sorry. Let's get to the Chinese tanks first and then the Americans. And then we're done with announcing the changes and we will get to testing them a little bit on the test server. So the WZ121 will have a little bit more engine power, therefore more acceleration, better traverse speed. I think it's quite good for this tank as it currently lags behind a little bit. Feels rather slow to me. I'm not the greatest fan of it. 121B will have a better, improved engine power boost and reactive armor on the 121B. What is this crap? Reactive armor. You might say, hey, a reactive armor, but it's the same as with the V4, the Object 268 V4. If you don't have any hit points, then you don't want to take any shots. And if you are using reactive armor to reactive armor only makes sense if you expect to get shot like 3 to 4 times. And then you decrease the damage by 15%. Yeah, it's fine. It only is really important if you get clipped. And otherwise, you just trade one shot for one in the worst case. You never really want to get clipped. You never want to take damage. So in most cases, it will be useless to go for reactive armor, in my opinion. And I would rather have a second repair kit. But better improved engine power boost. That is the provision, right? And also gunpowder provision. It does... Well, currently the shells are quite fast as they are APCR, but the velocity does not change. So improved gunpowder will also be quite useless, in my opinion. The shells are fast enough. I would rather have better characteristics otherwise. WZ113 GFT. Hull traverse speed will be increased by a little bit, 3 degrees. It's not nothing, not too much, but okay. It's like 5% or something probably. Reticle calibration will be removed. The first time ever that some special equipment is getting, or not equipment, consumable is getting removed actually. Interesting choice by Wargaming. I don't know why they're going for it. I don't think it's necessary. Armor thickness will be increased. It already has super strong armor, but it will be even better. On the hull and the turret side, it doesn't have a turret, but okay. Yeah. And lower glaciers will also have better armor. 40 millimeters on the upper glaciers. Yeah, that's really not bad. It's something. WZ113 also gets more armor. The Chinese heavy tank will get more armor in the front by 15 millimeters, and the hull side gets another 16 millimeters. It's not the world, but as both of them might be very angled, you will notice a little bit of a difference there. As currently, it's quite easy to penetrate in WZ113 from above with AP or even heat. So yeah. It's a good change there. It just increases the armor a little bit. Maximum speed will be slightly decreased, but the hull traverse speed will be increased by 8 degrees. That's really a lot. 8 degrees is really significant, and it will be very nice to play this time because currently, let's face it, this bad hull traverse is really a pain in the butt. Vehicles rate will be increased by 6. What? Is that a mistake? Vehicles weight will be increased by 6.2 tons. Okay. Dispersion will also be slightly increased. WZ111-5A, the most useless tank of them all at tier 10 right now, will have something speaking for it. It will have a little bit better dispersion, therefore having a bit more accuracy compared to the IS-7 that is getting nerfed in the dispersion there. It will also have a little bit less speed, top speed. Although the top speed, just keep in mind, the top speed is something that you rarely ever get to. More important is the acceleration of a vehicle, as the top speed really Whether it is 38 or 42, 43, you don't really notice the difference too much, as it's more about the terrain resistance and engine power. Reload time will be decreased by 1 second, meaning a lot more DPM to the WZ111. It will really have a reason speaking for it, unlike it is the case right now, as its armor is just garbage. That's how it is. The armor is completely useless. That's it with the Chinese vehicles. Okay, we still have the Americans, and before we are getting to the Americans, I just want to mention here again, my usual streams are taking place on Twitch. I have just pinned the message there in the chat over there. Oh, no, it's not even on the screen to my side. Just follow me on Twitch if you want to see my regular streams, and I will give you a second so you can do it. And besides that, this channel will offer more guides and videos in the future as well again. So let's get to the Americans. American vehicles here, starting with a Concept 1B. It will get nerfed. Dispersion will be decreased by just a little bit, not too much really. Thickness of the hull's upper glacis plate will be decreased 15 millimeters. It is currently only strong because it is very angled, so 15 millimeters might have a big impact there. As right now it is almost impossible to penetrate this tank in face hug, or very hard at least, as there are tiny little weak spots only. Good gun depression tanks might easily penetrate the front. Then I don't know about others, don't really know the armor profile just yet there. Dispersion will be decreased at, wait. Dispersion on turret traverse will be decreased. No, it will actually be better dispersion. It will be better accuracy. It's always a little bit tricky there. Dispersion will be decreased is better accuracy. Reload time will be decreased. And reload time will be decreased. Better DPM. Hey, nice. Nice, nice. Concept is already really strong. It's one of my best tanks on the stats. But I think it lacks something special like DPM for the low alpha damage that it has. But just keep in mind, autoloaders will be stronger. We will still get to a couple more autoloaders here. AMX will have a 4th shell that's already announced. But we will still get to the T57 and the Yo. Both of them will have major changes to them. Turret traverse will be decreased on the Concept. Okay. But then we come to a very lovely change here on the T95 E6. It's 8 kilometers per hour more top speed. That might be something like 20% or so. That's a real big change. Although I only shortly ago said that the top speed doesn't matter too much. 8 kilometers per hour is quite much if the tank just has 40 kilometers per hour top speed right now. I don't know the exact value there. Armor thickness on the turret cheeks will be decreased, but also this weird number there, 0.96 seconds of less reload time. 1 second faster reload is quite a lot of change to the DPM there. But got to keep in mind, autoloaders will be a little bit stronger with a 4th shell there on the FV4005 and the AMX. So this might have a big impact there. But I'm really glad to see the E6 getting a little bit of a buff there, although the armor will be worse. T110 E5 is our next candidate here for a buff, nerf, we will see. Maximum speed will be increased by 5 kilometers per hour. Improved engine power boost consumable will be removed. Okay. Turret traverse will be increased. Yeah, increase, not, no. It will be increased, that means it will be worse. It already has a horrible turret traverse speed. It will not have the speed boost anymore. It will have a, oh my god. Thickness of the hull's lower glacis will be decreased. Dispersion will be decreased. Okay, little bit of a buff there. Aiming time will be decreased. A little bit of a buff to the accuracy. Yeah. T100 F5 can't be forgotten about. Then comes the pattern. Does it actually also receive the PPR model? I think it also received the PPR HD model, so the armor profile might change a little bit. Engine power will be increased by 70, so it will be even faster than it is right now. Also a little bit more penetration as it gets the AP shells there. Then comes the M60, similar changes there. Yeah, very similar changes. And still, it gets a little bit more of a buff there, actually. The M60 currently is just a better pattern. It will be the case here that this tank is just a pay-to-win version of the M48 pattern, as it is anyways. Let's see the Sheridan, the only light tank that we did not have a look at just yet. And also the Sheridan will have worse terrain resistance, making it a little bit slower. It will have worse hit points. And it will have 20 meters better view range. That's the same amount that got a decrease on the Vickers. On this tank, it will be an increase here. So that's quite a lot. And also it will have 1 second less reload time. That's quite a lot better DPM then. That's nice to see. Let's go to the last row here, or the last column. We are getting some more changes to the T110E3. The T110E3 will have... I want to move a little bit. Will have... increase reload time by 1.5 seconds. That's quite a big nerf. 1.5 seconds, but it's currently the strongest TD of them all, so it deserves a little bit of a nerf there, to be honest. Hull traverse speed will be increased. Dispersion will be increased. Damage of the shells, though. Okay. 40 damage more per shot, meaning the T110E3 will have 680 damage per shot, just as the 268V4. I think it's still a DPM nerf, as 1.5 seconds is a little bit more there than it would be relative to the damage. So the DPM is still going to be decreased a little bit, but more damage per shot. Just forget about the the 268V4 completely. T110E3 is the deal. It will be very nice. I don't care about the less dispersion. It already has good dispersion and also has a reticle calibration still. It's not getting removed there, the reticle calibration. Penetration value will be decreased by a little bit. 268V4 has 690 and E3 then 680. Thanks for correcting me. I was not aware of that. Thanks a lot. I don't have the exact numbers to my side here. I just do it all from my mind. E5 will receive a buff. I misunderstood this. No. It will have a little bit more top speed, but for that it will just have a... Well, wait. Turret traverse speed will be increased. Okay, sorry, I was really wrong about this. 4 seconds, it's obviously a buff. I was wrong about it. It is a buff here to the turret traverse speed, but it currently has a really bad turret traverse, and it will have worse armor. It will have better gun, but it will have it won't have the speed boost anymore, which currently makes this tank quite strong, as you can react quickly to the enemies. And you will lose the acceleration values of the special speed boost there. That's really, yeah, not too great. T57 then. Last 3 tanks. Vehicle durability will be increased by 50 hit points. And it won't receive a 4th shell. This tank will not, but it will receive a major buff to the armor. It will finally be the tank that I always imagined it to be since I got it, and it was never really the tank that I wanted. It will have, okay, first of all, 1 second less clip reload, as all the autoloaders are getting better DPM. So does the T57. Turret traverse speed will be decreased. Yeah, 13 degrees. Oh, that's a lot. But currently it is very fast there. Shell reload boost consumable will be added. Faster interclip, that means. It currently has the fastest interclip of the heavy autoloaders, 2.5 seconds it is. It will probably decrease to something like 2.1 then. That's really fast. Improved gunpowder provision will be added. I'm probably going to make use of that. Faster shell velocity on the T57 might come in very handy because currently it is not that great here. And then we come to the major changes of this tank. Armor thickness in the hull front will be decreased by 51 millimeters. Yeah, you might think, okay, that's not great. The hull, currently it is really strong. It is the strongest part of the T57. But for that, you will get a stronger turret. Lower plate will also be decreased in armor, but the turret here, turret armor in the front will get 51 millimeters more, as you can see there. That is really big. 51 millimeters. That's a big change here. So you will definitely have to spam heat, and you will really struggle with this tank. And also in other parts of the turret, it will receive 33 millimeters. And oscillating part, it means I think the moving parts there will still receive 7 millimeters more. It will be a lot trickier to penetrate a T57 turret. It will finally be a hull down autoloader. That is something that I wished for the T57 to be from the start on, as it does not have any speed. Now it finally gets some good armor. A bit more dispersion as well. Then we still have two tanks here. T110 E4 still, and the M60. And the M60 will also be quite interesting, but the E4, first of all, the changes here are disappointing me a little bit, as I expected it to just have a little bit more of a buff here. But sadly, it is just getting a worse turret traverse. It is getting better DPM, and a little bit more. No, it's getting less hit points actually. It's getting better dispersion while standing, but while moving, it's worse. Hull traverse speed will be increased. Yeah, that's nothing major here on the E4, and it really needed some sandbag armor and reticle calibration, in my opinion, to keep up with a T110 E3 or something. You will have to camp with this tank. This tank is, but the playstyle of the E4 is basically like a heavy tank, and now it's just useless. Nothing too great here on the E4. But let's get to the last one. The last one will be the M60. It will have 150 hit points less. Big change there to this tank. Engine power will be decreased by 25. That's not too much. But it will receive shell reload boost. What is that going to do to the 1.6 seconds of interclip that it has already? Reticle calibration consumable will be added. Oh, I like this one. I like this one. M60 with reticle calibration on the big gun and shell reload boost. That's going to be nice. You have to play it a bit more like an autoloader. Currently, it has quite a lot of hit points for autoloaders in general. But on the next update, then you will have to be a little bit more sneaky and can really not go right in front of the enemies anymore. But with a 450 alpha times 2, currently, as said, 1.6 seconds interclip, but then with a shell reload boost and reticle calibration, you will definitely hit those two shots. Currently, you often miss the shots because the accuracy is really bad. Improved gunpowder provision, I don't know if I really want to. Yeah, maybe. It does have AP, which is not the fastest. So it might be nice to have the, I think it's 30%, 15% more shell velocity. That's quite nice. Armor thickness in the covers of the front wheel drives will be decreased by 150 millimeters. What? The cover, what is this actually? The armor thickness in the covers of the front wheel drives. Let's just think about it. What is that actually? I don't know what exact part that is. Covers of the front wheel drive. Is it the... No, I don't know. I don't know. It's not the hull. I will have to see. But yeah. Okay. 6.0, it will be more of an autoloader playstyle now. Not the typical playstyle that you have at the moment of just going right in front of the enemies. The rack wheel placement, Adam is saying, in a lower plate where you bounce all the time. Okay, that's not bad. Okay, M60 will be something like Helsing, yeah. It will be even more accurate than a Helsing, because Helsing is not really accurate. But yeah, just to conclude here, what are the major changes? To me personally, FV42 getting a lot more armor, E6 being faster and having better DPM, I already like that. And then M60, yeah, the reticle calibration and the intershell thingy, yes, I like to see that, although it will not be OP because it gets less hit points, but it will be very nice. I would definitely want to test AMX and FV4005. And I don't know yet how strong they're actually going to be, but I guess they will be very strong. Yet with the high intra-clip, they also got, not intra-clip, but the high clip reload, they might also be quite vulnerable there once they're on the reload. And what else do I really want to play? T57, hull down, autoloader, better DPM, better armor. I like to see that. I'm going to test a lot of tanks today. Don't be worried. E3 is also one of the major changes to me. So what to grind now? T57, E3, and FV45. Grind those tanks. I will do a video on what to grind. Definitely. Yeah. Apart from that, I would just play everything a little bit. But those are the major changes here already. So let's go for the second. Let's go for the second giveaway. We already gave away camos, legendary camos for the AMX. Now we will get to the second tank. Wait 1 second, I received a ton of messages. Okay. Oh no. Okay. I was just reading the chat. Oh man, I showed you all of the chat. Never mind. Initially, the open test was postponed and then it got to be live again. Okay, open test is functioning perfectly, so I already downloaded the game, obviously. I just have to start the game now. And log in, which hopefully works fine. Good. So obviously I will upload all of the balance changes to my Discord and to the YouTube channel and just do a video on this again. Although I was speaking about all the changes for over 1 hour. How am I supposed to do a video on that? Yeah. It's not going to be easy. Okay. Next giveaway will be FV4005 Overkill Legendary Camo. So guys, enter your name right now into the chat, your in-game name obviously and server for a chance to win one. And you do have 3 camos to give away, 3 legendary camos. And is there some moderator available to note down the names so I can just focus on starting the game? That would be great. For the first giveaway, I have to do it after the stream anyways. But yeah, I will just start the game now. Core is Max Verstappen. Okay. Yeah, welcome everyone. Also, it's just live here on a chat. Lots of people here. 70 people watching live for the entire stream already. Great to see so many people here, and lots of familiar names as well. Hey yo. Okay, let's start the game. I give the giveaway 3 minutes. I think that's enough. I think that is enough. Yeah, open judge already on open test. The open test already started 15 minutes ago, but I was not ready with talking about all the changes, so that was just more important there. Okay. Hey, frontline fromage. Okay. Let's see if I can log in. I need my email and my phone number. The last 7 digits. One. Oh. Oh man. I have to count the last. I have to write down my phone number. Otherwise, I don't know what are the last digits there. I can't just scroll back there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Let's see if it works. We can't see it just yet. Okay. Connecting. Please work, please. It's still downloading some stuff, but okay. I'm logged in. I just need a bit more water, and then I can go for the test of all the changes. Give me a second. Okay. Oh, need the microphone. Okay. Giveaway is over. Oh, stream lagging a little bit right now. I totally forgot to turn on the fan of the laptop. Laptop cooler beneath it. It's turned on now. Need my cable still. Getting stuck with a headphone cable. Yeah, okay. Ready to play. Oh man, the controls will be absolutely horrible. Time? Okay. iPad. Let's switch over. Now I can also keep a look at the chat there. Okay. We don't need stats. Okay, just gotta quickly set up my... Oh, nice. It actually was in place already. Everything's as I have it usually. That's weird. Okay. That should work then. So, what are the major tanks there? What the heck? This is so weird because I have this camo on my... It does have the same camos? It does have the same settings as on my main account? Why my clan is? Changes aren't there yet. Let's have a look. I do have the tungsten shells available. Nothing wrong there. But it's so weird. It's all the same. I do have the same credits and the same XP. I just have my regular account on a different game now. Usually you get a test account with completely new tanks there. What are we starting with? I want to play... Well, to be honest, it's not as much about playing the tanks, right? But it's rather having a look at them. How the armor changed. FV42. Let's go for that one. Ah, the sound is super loud right now. Okay, one setting that did not get copied over here. Sound settings. Maybe the graphics settings are a little bit high if it's lagging right now. No, it's fine. Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to that HE penetration. 170 or 180 millimeters. Julio, I won't be able to just tell you live what actually changed or who actually won the giveaways. I will tell you afterwards because right now it's just too much to handle while I'm focusing on the gameplay rather. Oh, he's some 7-star guy. Although it's 7-star EU probably. Okay, give me some HE shots. I probably can penetrate the front of TVP with HE. Where's everyone? Oh. They're all on the other side. That means this guy is covered from behind. Oh no, that's the Affy. It might also be the mouse. TVP is safe there. Affy, don't go. He will just go. He will just die to the Affy. Mouse is spotted, so the Affy is just clipping the 183 right now. Oh. But having faster reload now is really nice to have. Good. Okay, keep in mind you get better armor actually. But still, I won't be able to do much here. Full mouse and... Oh, okay. And still FV4005. Full life on the other side. Run. Can I HE him? No. Okay. Not quite enough. I could not really see too much about the HE difference. Oh. Game is laggy. Why is the game laggy there? 10 FPS. Oh, that's not great. That's not great. Yeah, I noticed some frame drops there. I hope it gets better now that I actually changed some settings. Also, let's turn on the other cooler. Okay, game loading. No, I don't want HD. Okay, okay. Let's just turn down everything a little bit right now. Yeah. Okay, that should do it. Oh, thanks, Alpha. Okay. And one more thing, I wanted to turn off the music here, because that's highly annoying to me. Good. What else? AMX 50B. I wonder if the AMX actually... okay, I don't have to change the ammo loadout then. Let's see. Will be very interesting. But the stream seems fine now that the cooler is turned on. Yeah, no frame drops anymore. Item, I don't change my ammo loadout to whatever, to the amount of shells that I have on a tank. The thing is, I don't ever just put out a whole clip of the same shell only. At the start, I was also handling it that way. Oh man, I'm not even reloaded. But honestly, I'm just switching around from AP to APCR quite often, so it's not too important. I'm really not convinced by reticle calibration on the Leo, but I will also have to test. Good that I'm completely useless here. Ah, the enemies are all in the front, and I'm just useless. I'm just so useless. Oh man, I have to just push in now. I can just kill the Leo, and then the enemies turn for me, and I will die, or my teammates push back. That's the question. Ouch. Can I somehow get to my teammates? Nah, they're all dead. Okay, guys, okay. Well, in a 4v4, it's not the best idea to flank around. I'm getting HE'd now. But I want to see the AMX armor. Does not really change too much here. Gotcha, so... Okay. I don't really notice a big difference on the dispersion on the AMX. And I don't really notice... probably the fourth shell. I mean, the lack of alpha damage is also not too bright. I can do something. The stream will interrupt real quick. I will just have to decrease some setting there. Be right back. Okay, and just change it down to 30 FPS. Now it should be lag free. Okay, let's go for E6. Yeah, looks much better. Good. Yeah, lately my laptop just overheats a lot more than it did in the past. T124, please? Yes, of course. Why the E4, the only tank that did not get buffed? But okay. Okay. Mobility, check. DPM, check. Already reloaded. 7.6 is nice. Nice. I don't even have to write. He can hear me. Okay, let's just move over there. Look at this mobility. Really nice. Oh, not so nice. Not quite. No! What the heck? Okay, this was a very short game. But you could see the DPM and the mobility difference there already. DPM was really good. Mobility really just running around the map like a medium. Yeah, that's great. I will probably go for another game on this one still. But why do I want to see the E4? I want to play the E3. But okay, I will go for one E4 game. But not more than that. Did not change much. Badger, Grill, yeah, I will play all of them.
Let's get this show on the road.
Okay. Also, let's maybe start the next giveaway for the, what do we have still? E50M Monster Camo. So, let's enter your name here. Start. Start. Put it in the chat here. Okay. E50M Monster Camo, just enter in-game name and server. Matchmaking amazing. Yeah, I was just driving around here. I don't care about what I do right now. I am just testing things. I was glad to see the speed actually increase on the E5 there. Oh. I really want the reticle calibration on this tank. I have no idea why this tank did not get the reticle calibration from the start on, once the E3 actually got it. Well, I'm dead. Oh, bounce. It's E4 and it feels slow. No, that's trash. That's absolute trash. Guys, don't make me play bad tanks right now. I would just play the tanks that actually got buffed or that got changed significantly. There are a lot of them. So FV4005 comes to my mind there, definitely. M6yo, I will play next. I want to see the M6yo with the new special consumables then.
Time to roll out.
Also, there's more grass here, more... Yeah. Although... Is that about my settings? No. There is definitely more grass, although I'm still at very low settings. I just turned everything down to low settings, actually. Still, we have more grass, at least at close range right now. And I'm having 2.45 seconds. No, 1.8 actually. 1.8 with the thingy. The thingy. Yeah, nice. My angle is bad because I'm just in the same position as all my allies here. Oh, Badger wants to die? Oh, I want to die. Oh no, he's not in front of me. Okay. Okay, okay. Eh. I don't like these 4v4s. Actually, I wanted to... Wait. Was there anything on the equipment that changed? No. Nope. Nope. Not on this tank. Only M6 though. That I wanted to play, actually. Okay, let's end the giveaway here. We still have 2 more tanks. Camos for the giveaway. The T100 LT Interceptor camo. And the T95 E6 camo. Piranha. I'll probably say Piranha in English. Oh, feels slow. I think the speed did not decrease though. A little bit. But we are still having the speed boost. And we're now having much bigger alpha damage. Keep in mind, the E100 also got burst DPM, so yeah, these tanks. DPM is really not too important. Oh. Okay. Bouncing the cupola. It's not too perfect for me to fight the STBI down. He does have 11 degrees of gun depression now. I am suffering, but not anymore. Let's go. 680. Take this. Plus a high roll. No. Man, I want some 7v7s where I can really farm quite a lot. Not this crap. Okay, let's push for the FV. Can't really get to the TVP. Speed. Oh, bad low roll. This is not too great, as it might not allow me to kill him. Gun block, let's go. Oh, man. Oh, bad low roll there on the first shot. Yeah, we still have 2 more giveaways. But I will not be able to announce them while being live. Currently, there is no open giveaway. I will go for another giveaway after a few more games. E6 over 260. I think both of them are pretty nice now. I would not really make a distinguishment there. Both of them got better mobility and better gun handling. E6 has better DPM, 260 better accuracy. I think the E6 is probably a little bit better because it just does have the gun depression there. And does have also side scraping capabilities. But also 260 sides are not too bad. But let's go for the Yo. I'm excited for this one actually. Man, I don't have the Badger anymore, right? Oh man. I don't have the Badger right now. I can't test the Badger sadly. Although I have all the tanks actually. I recently sold 2 tier 10 tanks. Because I just... Yeah. I could get a free tank from Wargaming. Because of streaming the Pro Tournament. And I had all the tanks. So I had to sell some. I sold the WZ and the Badger that I usually would not play. And now I'm missing them. Who would have thought? Okay. Let's also use the gunpowder here. 35% actually. Increased shell velocity. Hi TKM. You can find the Discord server in the description of the stream. Okay, but without speed boost now, I don't know if it can hold up against AMX and FV with their superior DPM now. Because this tank never had good DPM on a 2-shot gun. What did they do to the 30B? They increased the DPM a little bit and increased the top speed by 3 kilometers per hour or so. So really nothing major there. But 1/5 of a second faster reload speed. So that's good. Ouch. But I think it hurt him more. I did not really pay attention to how fast the interclip has been here. Should you sell T110 E4 to get E3? Don't sell T10s. Just grind. Just grind some credits. But in general, I can recommend getting the E3 definitely now. It's definitely worth getting this tank. But I cannot recommend selling tier 10s for that. Just go for tier 8 credit grinding a little bit. AMX, where are you? Oh, they're still camping. Okay. I like the Yule now. The bad accuracy of the double shotgun was always super annoying. Now I've got a reticle calibration, that's good. Less speed? Really? Was I telling you garbage there? French. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, maximum speed decreased by 3 kilometers per hour. But that's really not too much. The 0.2 seconds less reload time will also not really be noticed, to be honest. Bad and unplayable now. The 30B has always been like that. Oh no, I got kicked out. Now? Dalai Dama, yeah, small gun buff, little less speed, but only the top speed got nerfed. Keep in mind, it's mostly about acceleration. And therefore, it's the little bit less top speed won't really be noticeable, I guess. Yo, with 3 shotgun, please? Yeah, okay. As soon as I can log in again. Open test server crashed. It actually started, it crashed already before the test even started, so it's not really that surprising. Test server's down, and probably if I just look at Discord now, everyone's spamming. Test server does not work. What we can do in the meantime is give away another legendary camo then. So what do we still have? The T100 LT Interceptor camo. I guess many people will want that. It was costing you 5k gold last time it was on shop. So start by putting your name on the chat right now. And don't forget, in-game name plus server. LT100 scammer, please. Yeah. We will see. I will just keep trying to log into this game now. By the way, I think LT100, although it receives 0.8 seconds, whereas reload will still be quite nice to play. The armor nerf there is a little bit worrying. But yeah, still. What did it have? 5.1, 5.2 seconds of reload? I think 5.1. Or something in between. Plus 0.8 will actually make it the worst DPM Russian medium. 5.9 seconds. The T22 does have... Oh, was it 5.7? I think yes. T22 has 5.7 seconds. But the T100 will still be a lot faster. We'll still have the spotting mechanic. But no armor anymore. It will be very balanced now. Yeah, the server is not coming back just yet, so we will just have to wait a little bit. Unfortunately. Let's see. I don't even have to look at the Wargaming server. Just to see everyone crying there. Server's down. Okay. Well, looks like Wargaming was really struggling with this test. I think because the initial test was announced for last, what was it, Friday? Thursday? Friday, I think it was the test. It was initially planned there. But it was already postponed. Here we are now on Monday and it's still not working. It was already postponed at the start of the stream by a little bit, but they managed to get it to run on time again. Yeah. Yeah. I think they really struggled with the implementation of the getting the original accounts on the test accounts done. That was probably it. I don't know. Next giveaway tank will be the T95E6 Piranha Camo. Okay, let's end the giveaway here quickly. And A10A. You entered your name 3 times. Do you think this will increase in your chances? No, not the 4th time. I think no. No. This will definitely not increase your chances. Do I just kick people that enter multiple times, or do I just divide their chances by the time that they entered the giveaway? Would be fine, right? That would be nice to just say, okay, you entered your name 3 times, so let's divide your chance of winning the tank by 3 times. But I think that would be quite tough to do mathematically. Okay, we are back on the server. I would have to do it manually then. I would have to just do the math manually. No. Please guys, don't enter your names multiple times to giveaways. I will not count it. Okay, got the server back. And what else are we going to play? Budget worthy intra clip thingy. I want to see that one work out. Milos, you don't have to scroll up too far to see who actually entered that many times. The giveaway just ended. I will have another giveaway. How quickly did I end that actually? I will still have an E6 camo to give away. Just in a second. Thanks, Adam. And to all the other mods that also just sent me the giveaway entries. Would be nice if I could get into the battle now. A VK168 1P, that is a tier 8 tank. I'm not going to play tier 8. There were only changes to the tier 10 tanks. Not necessary to play tier 8 then. Okay. Game. Hello. Well, I imagined the test server to be a little bit more fun at least. But this is just for the first look, right? Just to YOLO around a little bit and see if there's actually a noticeable change. But I think the AMX change is also quite nice. The armor decrease there is not really mentionable. And at the same time, fourth shot, the reload of the clip is quite long. So you must not ever divide yourself from the team or separate yourself. That might not be too great. Go on. Go. Go. Yeah, what to do here? I can't even escape the queue anymore. Hi, KV2. Hello, Teet. Hi, Teet. Yeah, it would be very nice if I could actually get into battle. Do I just restart the game? Maybe. I think it might have hung up. Okay, let's see. Restart. Connecting, nothing happening. E3, yeah, I also just played the E3. What's going to be the most interesting tank to you personally? What has been the change that you are the most excited for? I totally forgot that I wanted to play the FV40. 130, FV42 easily. Yeah, I'm totally with you there. But also T57 and stuff. There's lots of interesting changes. Actually, this is a really great update to me. Not the fact that it's just not loading and nothing's really happening, but I really like that Wargaming just changed everything in a good way and just did not just make tanks completely broken and very annoying, apart from FV42 maybe, but they just gave everything a little bit of extra something while also taking away a little bit of another thing to just really emphasize the playstyle of the tanks. That's what they had in mind, and they really did a good job of that, I think. Because not long ago I was saying every tank is basically the same at the moment, and all the buffs and nerfs are making tanks even more similar. But yeah. Yeah, I don't know if we can still see a lot of games here. The open test server seems to really struggle. So yeah, but I can still start the last giveaway for the E6 camo. Let's go. Start E6. Enter your in-game name and the server if you want to win the Piranha. Gamo for the E6. I don't know what happens if you don't have that tank. I have 3 camos to give away. Okay. Yeah. Not so nice, right? Milos. Very, very nice message. Very kind words there from you. Thanks a lot. I'm doing my best to show you some good content. I'm glad to hear that I actually succeed to do so a little bit. Maybe I will just join some training room right now. Maybe that makes more sense than just, yeah, waiting for the games. Let's do it with the training rooms. Might be the case that it works a little bit better. The only ones that we have are full. Do we have anyone available in the chat that could go for a training room right now? Just so we can just quickly test a couple of tanks and don't have to go for entire battles. That would be even better. I think Adam was already offering himself there. I just want to see different kinds of armor now and just want to test out tanks just a little bit. Not get too much into detail there, to be honest. I'm still stuck downloading. Anyone else who has a test account? Server is stuck. Let's make it easy to find. I can leave the underscore to have it on top of the list. Okay, anyone? Yeah, sadly the test server is highly bugged, so in case you just joined in. I can't really go for random games. This game got stuck in the process, the last one. And a friend request, yeah. Okay. Can I create a clan on this test server? That would be fun. No one there. But what else would be nice to see, performance-wise, that I can even test without the reactive armor is useless, but okay, that's interesting. E5, please. Yeah, accuracy will be interesting to see, but apart from that, where's my AP? What the heck? I don't know. Speed boost 1 to 1B. What were they thinking? What were they smoking? But it does make the tank quite mobile. I would really not go for the reactive armor instead of the adrenaline. It's better to just have the mobility to get into some sneaky position. Like crossing over somewhere quickly. Pushing someone out and then you can hammer out the DPM. In the best case you just go for pushes like, imagine crossing over here on the A cap. If you're coming from this side and just crossing over here with a speed boost first. And over here, even better. Then you might quickly get into an advanced position to really farm down the enemies with your good DPM and yeah, therefore I would not go for the reactive armor. I don't plan on taking shots. But yeah, I guess The AP is still there. Yep. WZ got to be a little bit more mobile. Let's see if it actually makes a difference there. Okay, 70, 80 hit points, not hit points, horsepower more. You can come into the test server in 10 minutes, okay. It does feel a little bit better on the mobility, but not too much. Apart from that, there is not much to test here on this tank. Yeah, it's a nice buff on a WZ 1-to-1. Next one. Okay. M48 also got a mobility buff and just the M60, but it's barely noticeable. Does it actually make sense to go for the reticle calibration instead of the rep kit? Yeah, maybe. Because you can go for ultra fast snapshots then. Okay, let's end the giveaway quickly. But this one, I don't really see it. Well, let's try. Leo 1 turns better, yeah. Top speed does not change, just the acceleration value. The traverse speed, obviously. No. I don't want it to connect to local devices. One rep kit is always a little bit of a thing. I can't even switch to AP. Or the APCR. Which is actually meant to be an AP shell. But look, with this reticle calibration, you don't have to aim in at all, and you can just go... You can already go for such snapshots and hit 75% of the cases without aiming in, depending on the target, of course. But, yeah, especially then... Well, the shell velocity does make sense with the heat shells, as they are rather slow. And if you're using reticle calibration, you can just go for so many snapshots over the entire map. Some of them might be nice. Not bad. Especially as the Leo is a tank that is better at flanking around. Okay, let's just not go for... Not go for the IG, doesn't matter. Here I also received the reticle calibration, never mind. And also... this one. Let's have a quick look. Sandbag armor on a Leo? No. It's not meant to take shots. I mean, the equipment is meant to just emphasize the playstyle that the tanks already have, not give it something that is not really suiting their playstyle. That's why the WZ TD also has the reticle calibration removed. Oh, not bad. Not bad. Because the WZ-TD obviously is a well-armored tank and it's meant to be played frontline, not camping behind. So it totally makes sense there to have the reticle calibration removed. Yeah, the dispersion is not as bad anymore. I really hated the dispersion on this tank, to be honest. It was fun to YOLO around with it, but sometimes it was just way too annoying to not hit anything. I like the addition of the reticle calibration here. Really. Garage. Next one. Ah. Good. Ah, 140. Okay, interesting. Let's go for FV42. Did it have anything here on the provisions, etc.? No. Good. E50M did not have any major changes. Does have a little bit less reload time, but also less
Time to roll out.
less alpha damage. But just 10 alpha damage less, that's really not a big thing. Not a big deal. Actually, I can't switch over to the AP, which is a little bit problematic now that I am wanting to inspect the armor of the 140. Okay.
We've damaged them.
Looking interesting. Is the sight actually angled inwards there? Huh. It's a bit more like the T62 now. I want to see the turret. He's just turning away from me all the time. I want to just inspect the armor in different places. Ah. Well, the lower part here gets stronger, I think. But it has been quite strong before that already. The upper part, I don't know how it would look like with the AP. Hey, my lookout bar is gone actually. I just noticed. It looks good. It does have this bar here that's added new. It does have a gun on top also. I think that's also new. Or is that the equipment? Okay, I want to see the tank with the IP. Do I still go for standard tank? No. T57. Let's go for that one. Would also be interesting to see the T57. It got the intra-shell clip thingy also. I don't know if I will even keep the... if I will even keep the speed boost then. Oh yeah, thanks for taking FV42 now. Vickers Light, yeah, it would be more interesting to see the Vickers Light than actually play it, I think. The PM did not change, the accuracy got a little bit better. That's basically it. Hi Leon. Okay, surprisingly that's still gray. But yeah, I'm playing a T57, it does have quite a lot of armor penetration. But I'm surprised that the front is gray. Can you come somewhere else maybe? Let's see, 2.5 seconds right now and down to 1.8, okay. What is he writing there? I don't notice too much of a difference when seeing the FV42 when playing the T57 here. Ah, now that we have the other guy, we have to just keep going, it seems. I want to still change something. Wait, no. I moved that up at the start a little bit. Now we have to finish this. Okay, I can just kill, get killed. I don't want to just keep looking at this all the time though. Okay, next tanks. Did I try 50B or the barn? Yes. 50B does not really have a big difference in the armor. The accuracy change is barely noticeable. It's a little bit worse accuracy, of course. Yeah, does not have the speed boost anymore. Let's see. Okay, good that they are taking T57. S-Conk, it will have a little bit better sights, worse to traverse, more hit points. I don't think it's too interesting to check. Can I use a medium light to test 4202 armor? Yes, but the thing is, mediums or light tanks have no ammo right now. They don't have any ammunition except for heat, as they all switched over to AP. I can use that LT100 that still has the standard AP then. But otherwise, Wargaming messed up a little bit there. I like that it got slightly more mobile now. It's very basic now. Okay, that I expected more from a T57 armor. Really? It's still quite grey. It's bouncier, yes. Just straight to the gun mantlet, okay. Okay, okay. And this also was the case on the M60 where it was changed actually after the test. Hell is recon. They're just penetrating me straight through the front here. Okay. But I would have really expected the T57 to bounce more, and it actually the hull got a lot weaker here. And the turret is not really mentionable stronger now. It's not really too much of a hull down tank that I would have expected. Sadly. Would have expected a really weak hull now and a strong turret that could really go hull down. But if it is like this, yeah, it's just easy to penetrate it. Sadly. T57 will really suffer from this because it does not have the mobility to compensate for weak armor. It did get a little bit better mobility. A little bit better DPM, but that's it already. Yeah, this hull really not strong anymore. Okay. TVP shooting faster now, but I will take the LT because I want to see the FV. Okay, let's see with the penetration of an LT here. Also, it would be interesting to see. Oh, no. Well, okay. WZ is also interesting. Would be interesting to see the LT as well. WZ-113 GFT also got a lot more armor, so that will be interesting. Okay, he's listening. Perfect. Oh, look at that lower plate. I mean, like this, of course, it's just the same, but if it's slightly angled... Damn! Can I still penetrate this? Probably, yes. Yeah. Okay. If I use premium ammo... Oh, damn. Okay, actually, I think even with Pramo on a medium before the buff, it was already quite strong there. Quite red, the front. True that. Even the side there is red. Interesting. And what actually... Ah, yeah, this one. This is the thing that got nerfed here. You could not penetrate this one. On the test of the M60, you could still penetrate it. But then it got an armor buff there, and now it got decrease on the armor. This little part down there, just as on the other side. So it will be harder to bait shots on the M60, and this... You often also bounce this in very weird angles if the yo just wiggled around a little bit. And then you were just not penetrating because of hitting those things here. But yeah, the rest of the M60 did not change on the armor. Damn, this lower plate. Okay. It will be perfect for baiting shots now. Ah? No, not a weak spot. Good, next one. I hope they're going to take FV40 and light tank, the LT. So I can see them from the LT perspective again. Would be great if we had LT. I don't really like that we are not having test accounts here on this one. Before that, like on the previous tests, we just had all test accounts with all the tanks available. Now, a lot of people won't have the testing tanks. Or won't have all the tanks. And as I said, I sold the Badger and the WZ. So... I can't test those either. Badger, please. I will go for the Badger after, although the Badger I cannot really show too much. The intra-shell thingy got... the intra-shell boost definitely changes something. Come on. But apart from that, there is not much changing about the Badger. I will like the Badger in gameplay with a intra-shell clip boost, whatever it's called. But yeah, it's not really worth showing in a training room too much. And thanks for coming, Milos. See you soon then. What other tanks should I play? 183? Buff 183? 183 got buffed here. Yep, LPCR doesn't work. That's why I'm playing the LT right now. Because it's the only medium with AP. As far as I know. Don't know. Huh? I spotted him, but he's invisible. What? Where is he? Oh! Nice legs. I don't see him. Okay, okay. Ah. But now you see the big difference that the armor really makes here. Now there is really a noticeable difference here. Even with a premium ammunition, it's still tricky to penetrate this one. Yeah, I would have expected it to be bouncy with everything, but that's not. Just think about it. The FV40 can hash any other medium or light tank. apart from the E50M that cannot be hashed into the front, all others can be hashed into the frontal armor. And if other tanks then have to go for heat onto the FV42, the DPM of the FV will just be so much better in comparison there. That's so weird right now. Yeah, armor inspector, right? I can check him from beneath also. Perfect. Can I HE him? No! But that's just a good armor inspector. I would really love it if Wargaming gave us the option of putting any random tank into a training room just to inspect the armor a little bit. And just, yeah, check out how to penetrate it. Just like this, just imagine this was a bot, not a real player. And you could just put X tank, whatever tank, just in a training room in the middle. And you can then run around it and see how you can penetrate it actually. And this would be very nice. This would help a lot of people that are not using any external armor inspectors, etc. NG, yes, there is a list. I will publish the list right after the stream. I guess I will do it in a couple of minutes because there is not much to do right now anymore. But yeah, I'm stuck here. Actually, out. I will actually quit the stream here because the server is just too laggy. But the main changes, Angie, is that a lot of the autoloaders will get the intra-clip boost thingy, whatever it's called. And thanks to I forgot the name, Ali. Thanks for helping out here with the inspecting of the armor. Yeah, a lot of autoloaders receive the intra-shell boost equipment, and a lot of tanks will also receive, some medium tanks like the Leo and the Object 907 will get better accuracy on the 907, and the reticle calibration and the shell velocity provision. Then we have, what are other major changes? The light tanks that are currently quite strong all receive a little bit worse terrain resistance. E6 260 becoming more mobile to be even stronger in their role of medium killers. T57 got a nerf on the armor, on the hull, a little bit more turret armor, not mentionable. FV42 got a lot more armor on the whole tank, on the front and the turret, so that's really great. And what else is there? Did I forget about anything? What are the major changes? E3 getting 40 or 30? No, 40 damage per shot more, it was. And a little bit worse accuracy, but still better damage per shot there. Also worse DPM, but still it will be even better in the role that it already plays. I could not really test all the tanks here. 183 getting a little bit more accurate. Yeah, I will publish the whole list, but FV42 meta, yeah, definitely incoming. Definitely. It will just kill any other medium, really. E50M, a lot of people were talking about the changes before they were announced, but the E50M just basically keeps its DPM. The reload will be decreased, and the damage per shot will be decreased by 10. So that's, yeah, not mentionable. Nothing too great there on the E50. What else do we have? I can just open this thing again real quick. Open. Just to have another look. Yeah, FV4005B heavy tank receiving 50 more HE penetration. A little bit less armor in the front also, which is not too great, of course. But yeah, you will get much better HE penetration still. I don't know if it changes that much to the playstyle. Also more DPM on the FV4005B. The Badger will also receive more DPM. The E6 will receive more DPM. 1 second less reload time. TP getting nerfed a little bit. Desktop. Here we are. FV4005 and AMX, of course, having the 4th shell then. Yeah, but I really think FV42 is a major change here. FV215B will be interesting for randoms, but that's it. Super Conk will be more of a super heavy. As it... oh, that's a little bit too much. As the S-Conk gets 150 hit points more and more armor on the sides. But yeah. Yeah, the other tanks were really not too special here. Some little buffs and nerfs every now and then, here and there. Something, but really not too much. WZ113 becoming a lot more mobile on the hull traverse here with 8 degrees more. And having a little bit more armor in the front and on the sides, which will be quite nice actually for brawlers. It might be interesting for clan wars also. WZ113 GFT getting a lot more armor. And might be very nice for randoms. Losing the reticle calibration though. Also 1-1B. Reactive armor for whatever reason. Nobody really should use it. And the special speed boost that the E5 had and get removed on the E5. But yeah, special speed boost on the 1-1B. Quite interesting. And the improved gunpowder provision on all or many of the mediums here. AMX receiving tungsten shells, sandbag armor. Yeah, that is pretty much it. STB receiving 11 degrees of gun depression. And other tanks just getting slight rebalancing here and there. That's not really too great. M6 also again intra shell boost and also the reticle calibration. Really nice addition to the M6, but it will get 150 hit points less. So yeah, it's not going to be broken, but it's a very nice change there. Really like to see that one. Yeah. So that's it. That's it for the balance stream. Let's have another look at the chat here. Clan War 9.1 will be interesting. Yep, absolutely. I would expect some 113s and... oh yeah, no, I don't know. It's hard to tell right now. Teams will still have to experiment a lot. We can have 50 Bs. I think with a 4 shells in a clip, just 2 tanks of these, and you can just delete so many hit points there. FV42s, AMX 50 Bs, and WZ113s in tournaments, maybe even S-Conks. Maybe also still the Type 71, of course, might also be interesting for the pushers though. But yeah, those are the winners of the rebalancing that to me. E3, I don't see it in tournaments, as it's just not fast enough, although it will hurt. Some people also went for the V4 on the previous patch. I did not like the decision of going for the V4. I think it was completely useless, and always a reliability to go for the V4, 268 V4, because a 60 TP would just do the same thing while being a lot more reliable in terms of armor, versatility, more hit points. I cannot really announce the winners just yet. I will have to announce the winners later on Discord. Maybe I will still go for a stream later on. Regular gameplay stream, not the test stream, because it's useless if the test server is as buggy as it is right now. I can't really do much here. Okay. Anything else here? Okay. Yeah. I think I covered it. Covered most of the changes here. I mean, like, the first hour I was just only talking about all the changes. If you want to look up everything in detail and know all my opinions on that, then yeah, look up the first hour of the stream. But I will also include it in a video soon again to just point out the major changes there. I just did that basically. Noah, still here. E50M, please. Yeah, I cannot show you on the test server, it's buggy. But I can show you on a stream later on how to play the E50M. Playstyle won't change. How long will the test server be available? Actually for 90 days, but only within the first few days, in the first 2 to 3 days, it's really worth playing it. Because otherwise you're just not having any opponents in the games. So yeah, that's it. That's it for today. Thanks for coming, everyone. Hope you enjoyed it. Noah and Danny Bonsai actually being here from the start on. I don't know if anyone else is also here from the start on, but great to see you guys still still being on the stream. Yeah, thanks everyone for watching, and see you maybe later on another stream session, because I did not really get to play here. So goodbye.